and welcome to the Darkened Hour. This is your host, Joshua X. Nothart, and with me, all around me, are, of course, the wonderful, the magnificent, the extraordinary, the wonderful people to be around on Christmas Eve. And they are.
Tia LaBeouf.
Yeah.
Mixed Drogo.
I'm known as Valentinez Alquilanella Zivaxizalabo Jerez. Gambigo Bella, Blue Stradivari, Talent Pierre, Andre Charton Hamos, Da Vinci, Baldios George, Joytzel Kaiser III, sipping on some of this
Beautiful coquito.
Yo.
And I'll drink
real.
to that.
I hate you.
Okay. So, Merry Christmas.
Christmas Merry.
Those who are listening to us, who's been supporting us from day one, Merry Christmas. And honestly, I didn't think we were going to be here today because
We're
last
about
week
to get lit after this show.
Early.
right.
We'll be the calm before the storm because it's about to get really snowflakey.
Right. Now last week, I wanted to come in, the week after, but I just, for some reason, I passed my mind that I was like, oh wait, this is Christmas Eve. Oh, we're gonna have a show on Christmas Eve. This is,
man.
I don't think we've ever had a show on like a really big holiday like this before.
We usually like sit out because
We're
they
like,
always
nah.
fall on our show. And
Yeah.
it's like I was thinking about that earlier. I was like, our shows always fall on a holiday. I'm like, I kind of want to go in, but I'm not really doing anything right now.
Right.
It's like you feel like you should be home. Oh, it's a holiday.
At the same time,
I ain't doing nothing.
Ain't nobody doing nothing at home.
Everyone's doing what they've been doing, sitting around and eating.
You feel me?
And what's the best thing to do then? Come to a show, talk about nerdy crap, and sip on coquito.
Yo, I'm telling you,
Like,
you worked your magic on this.
Yo,
It's
good
lit.
stuff, right?
It's lit.
Some baby making.
Damn. All right, so we have a topic today that we touched upon last week, and it was
baby making milk.
well, Star Wars. We did a very generalistic, spoiler-free review last week, but today we're here to dissect it, to just tear it out from the inside out.
And it will be torn.
It will be torn. This was a very interesting Star Wars because it was, again, also split. Some people loved it. No, many people loved it. Some, and when I mean some, a really big majority of it hated this movie.
Yo, for real.
For reasons that, I can get behind of.
makes
Sure,
sense,
why
yeah.
not? But it's funny because some of the stuff that people hated, I kind of adored it,
I felt that. Well, let me stop cutting you off.
No, it's fine. It's fine. So this is the second Star Wars movie that I've seen, had the wonderful chance to see in the theaters. The first one I ever saw in the theater was Force Awakens, because
Same.
because before that
There was nothing.
I wasn't alive around that time, so I couldn't see it.
And even like the prequels, we were little kids.
Yeah,
That was definitely wasn't made
Final
for us.
Fantasy all day. That was me. That was my.
Yeah.
That was
Yo.
me. That was my Star Wars. So, and I'm a huge supporter of the Star Wars fan movies, and this movie, I gotta say, made me feel like I was 6 years old, even though I didn't experience it when I was 6 years old. I still feel like I was like, wow, this is like, I feel like a kid, even though I've never been in a situation before. But I felt like this from the get go. It just it just throws you in space in this huge galactic war that took almost 10 minutes long just to get to that phase. I enjoyed it. Of course, there's some mishaps here, but I'm gonna go down the line here first. I'm gonna start with Mr. Aesop here. Yeah. Oh boy, here we go with the Yoda. So I know you've seen it, but you saw it, I believe, a couple of days after I did, right?
Yeah.
So what'd you think? I mean, you're not much of a Star Wars fan. I mean, you like the movies, you can appreciate what they are, but like, if you have it right next to like Five Nights at Freddy's, it doesn't even come close to you, huh? right. So, talk to me. What do you think?
What did I think about it? All right. I'm gonna try not to just tear down or boast because I don't want us all repeating the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I did enjoy the movie. Obviously, I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's something I would watch again because there was a lot of key points that made me really, really cherish what the universe of Star Wars is, considering I'm just now getting into it. The entire reason I got into Star Wars because, like I said, I've seen every movie, but I always found them boring. Growing up. If it wasn't for the games and like the extended universes, pretty much the non-canon stuff, I would have never even given it a second thought.
Yeah.
So I have a friend who kind of like is big on Star Wars, and I pretty much make fun of him with the Yoda jokes and stuff like that. Eventually, he had me sit down and watch Rogue One, and when I saw Rogue One, I'm like, okay, this is a lot better than I ever thought it was. And I'm like, why aren't more movies like this? So then Force Awakens comes out, and I see that, and I'm like, okay, it's a lot more dark. You know, the story's a little darker, you know, because I'm like seasoned with Game of Thrones thing. You know, everybody's expendable, and you know, when you watch Rogue One and you think all these great characters and great actors even are just wasted, wiped out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the story. The official story is Rogue One was killed on a mission. So it's like, okay, it's not like they just wasted actors, but for story purposes, they all had to die. And it's like, damn, I got attached to a lot of these characters. So maybe Force Awakens will deliver. So they give you characters that's more relatable. We have a female protagonist to relate to. You know, we have a black character as protagonist to relate to. We have a new droid who's super broken and adorable in many cases. And then they also hit on a nostalgia. So watching that, I was like, okay, this has pulled me into the world of Star Wars. Now I actually want to do cosplays based on Star Wars. I'm trying to play Old Republic again, get into the universe. So then I go into The Last Jedi with a lot of expectations, high expectations. 'Cause Rogue One, Force Awakens, let's see what they really got. Now their guns are loaded because technically Force Awakens, first hour was nostalgia, second hour was setting up for this movie essentially. And I didn't feel they delivered. Despite me enjoying the movies because they hit the emotional points, you know, Game of Thrones stuff where like, you know, the bombing crew all dying, characters who seem pretty important die.
Right. Yeah.
But I felt some deaths were terribly done. Some story elements we quite frankly could have done without entirely. And I think ultimately the biggest point is that there's so much story that goes unexplained where we're like, well, we have to watch the third movie just to figure out this or that. But then there's also things that happen prior to even Force Awakenings that goes unexplained because Snoke is supposed to be the most broken dude in the game. Like he connects two Force users pretending himself to be the Force itself, which is pretty broken, like old god magic. You know, one of the few Sith Lords that can actually do Force lightning because that's supposed to be a rare power. He has a death planet. Like, you know, I mean, technically stars are bigger than planets, but like, you know, based on how we see it in the sky, his death planet was bigger than the Death Star, like 3 times the size. That got shattered in the movie, and then like they're just next movie, you know, we're still on your ass. Like they just destroyed one of your biggest weapons, and you guys just like, let's go. Like, so my biggest thing is, where does Snoke really originate?
Interesting.
Why does he know? Why is he trying to be the new Palpatine? Because he's all decrepit. He's got the robe on, but gloss and gold though. Like, and if you're this broken and powerful, like, why are you trying to create another Vader? Why is that your goal? You know, because that's all Kylo Ren cared about was being the next Vader. You know, what did Snoke earn from doing that? You could have just raise another Sith apprentice because you had the Crayola soldiers around the room you could have used.
Yo, for real.
Like, what was you wanted a Skywalker bloodline, but where did you get all the resources from? You know, you have this full army, you just show up like wrecking. Like, who did Mace Windu wreck you too? Like, who does? And because he was such a great villain, because he was so manipulative, but he could back it up. You know, because Rey, she being like. Her being a Kryptonian, she just shows up broken. He put her in her place instantly, yet he got snuck by the sideswipe. You know,
that he should have been able to notice.
We'll talk about that in a minute. We have to talk about that in a minute. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Absolutely.
So
going down.
Yeah, sure.
Drogo, Mr. Looking Aquaman here. What you think?
God. Honestly, I like the film. Like, everybody's complaining about it and compare it to BVS and stuff like that. And
what?
Yeah,
how?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I heard it.
No. The hate for
Martha's.
this hate for the film. Real diehard fanboys want Disney to erase it from the timeline.
Well, yeah, that I actually see. Like, there's a petition there saying that they want to remove it from the canon.
But like,
what? So why?
We already
made
made a whole movie. There's no going back.
They already made bank. I'm sorry.
There's no going back.
That's crazy,
man. It's cool and awesome to see like kids getting into Star Wars now, because back then you were ridiculed for that and stuff like that, but it's whatever. But in general, the movie was really good to me. The only thing I was missing in the movie was like my Knights of Ren. Where they at, playing Uno?
Maybe so.
But
Topsies.
you got the common writers around Lord Smog, and so that's pretty good.
Okay.
That's pretty good. I enjoyed it. Those guys, man, those are Power Rangers alone. They were afraid. There was the best fight in the entire movie to me.
All right. Okay, cool.
I have to say, I thought Star Wars: The Last Jedi was an entertaining film. But when I got back and I started like counting out the scenes that would be suspenseful and then they would subvert. They would just throw you into another, like when Rey stared into darkness and saw nothing. So what was all this for? Like, what was all that?
Oh, her reflection or
Yeah.
the actual drowning?
Yeah, the actual, like,
Yeah,
I'm thinking, like,
the pan on the inside of that
yeah,
hole,
I'm
right?
like,
Yeah.
whoa, you know what I mean? And then nothing.
And then she goes in there and it's like, well, what is this?
And then it's just a mirror for her to nothing.
And it tried to deal with expectations, which I respect because I'm a very casual Star Wars fan. So I'm very open to new interpretations, new ways of storytelling. Like, you don't have to, like, the really diehard Star Wars fanboys have to realize they don't own this material. This is someone else's, and if this is what they want to do, if George Lucas is okay with this interpretation, you're gonna have to just deal with it.
Even, and you know what? Even at this point, it doesn't really matter with George Lucas anymore.
Yeah,
because
he
he's not
handed
even-
off to another director, so he
Exactly.
gave the permission to interpret for
From
new
my
generation.
understanding, you know.
I forget what the guy's name, Rian Johnson, who directed this.
Yeah,
And
I
he
believe.
wanted to do something completely new, and that's what he did. You know, and I really appreciate what they did with Luke Skywalker's character. You know, he didn't want to be anybody's hero. He admitted his failures. He made mistakes. You know, and I appreciate that unexpectedness because remember that last scene in Force Awakens? We didn't even speak, and that was gonna be some epic moment. And what did it do? Threw it away.
Bloop.
Threw it
Okay.
away.
Also,
Favorite.
Brilliant.
I'm sorry.
Those are one of the
that-
best scenes.
That alone is the mission statement. I'm going to go in there like that's
Oh,
the
you
mission
think
statement
this is
of
gonna
the
be
movie.
some like fan
Yeah.
servicey
Yeah.
nonsense?
Oh, yeah.
Nah, we're not
That
gonna give
is
you that.
that is the main plot of the
I
entire
even
movie.
love what Luke even says to her because he makes a
Go
I love
away.
What he says to her because like the go away, yeah, but like he says the funniest trope, like the funniest thing about what he really is.
Yeah.
He's like, you think I'm just gonna go in there with a laser,
laser
sword,
sword.
as a
And
magic
take off
samurai
the
and just take
whole-
out the whole army? It's like,
A laser sword. That's a disrespect across all Star Wars community.
It
Yeah.
was like disrespecting the real diehard
Yeah.
to take it very seriously, and
And
I
at the same
appreciate
time, that's
that.
exactly what it is. He's a samurai he's a magic samurai with a laser sword. That's
Exactly.
exactly what he
He's
is.
like, what am I gonna do? I'm just one guy.
Now, okay, so
Exactly.
now, okay, I watched this movie and I was like, so this is a bunch, you know, pardon the dialogue, the word, but it's the biggest fuck you to JJ ever. This
Really?
entire movie. Think about this.
Okay.
I was listening to a lot of podcasts and you know, across the board, people were saying the exact same thing. And then when I saw it the second time, I was like, oh, this is absolutely correct. So, what happens in this movie?
The opposite.
He is no longer part of the Force. He's disconnected from the Force. He throws the slicer away, right?
Just on its own.
They changed kind of what the Force is. It's everything in between, okay? That was changed. Second, this guy's mask. Kylo Ren's mask. The whole point of his character was Darth Vader, Darth Vader, Darth Vader, Darth
And now
Vader.
he's like, I don't care
Now
about
it's like,
that.
screw this.
Oh, we want to start over
I'm
now.
done. I'm a brand new character
Great.
now,
Okay,
right?
I got you.
Bye bye, J.J. Abrams.
Okay.
So mind you, like you said, at the end of the first movie, here's Luke Skywalker. Epic moment. New director comes in. What is this? Fuck you. Like it's a complete different
I feel
director,
you.
right?
I feel you.
Right?
Yeah.
What else happens? Want to see what else happens? Because I had this.
Oh, you
in my-
thought that Rey was gonna be some Skywalker, some
yes,
line.
Yes, yes. Another
And
thing.
you
No, and that's another
throw
thing.
it away.
We expected Rey to be someone attached to the Skywalker lineage.
or somebody's
Nothing.
Jedi kid.
Her parents were nobodies. And that was
Allegedly.
confirmed.
Allegedly.
Wait, by
Kylo
Kylo
Ren's
Ren.
salty self. Who knows if he's telling the truth or
Yeah.
not?
okay, but
He's not reliable in that way.
listen. The point is, this is weird because you know he said a very interesting line. He was like, he did like, you're nothing, you're complete nothing.
Yeah.
But
Trash.
and this movie is, mind you, the way that I believe
Yeah.
JJ was trying to go is, you'd always have to be part of the Skywalker lineage to be great, to be the chosen one. Then the new director's like, no, you don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't. You
That
can be
extended
from
universe type. Yeah.
Right, exactly. Because in one of the scenes in the movie, towards at the end, you see the little boy
Yeah.
coming out, get the Force.
He was
and-
a regular kid. Yeah.
right, and his regular
pulls
kid,
the broom, yeah.
right, and he sees the stars, right. That's another one.
He has a rebel ring on it. Too.
Exactly.
That's a
The
cool
other one
part.
was Snoke. Or Snoke.
Snoke.
We expected. I'm sorry. This is the points where I actually wanted to see the movie more. But then
Yeah.
all the points that drew me in was the points where he's like, nope, scratch. Brand new movie, brand new timeline. Guess what though? J.J. Abrams comes back in the third movie.
Is
What
this
is he gonna? What is he? He's gonna be left with nothing to do.
Yo,
This is gonna be like a dick measuring contest between these two directors. Like, okay, you
Yes.
want to mess up my universe, huh?
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna bring it back anyway.
exactly. So now he's like, hey, J.J. Abrams, you're gonna do the third movie. Now have fun with all the crap that I.
Now
I'm
you have
gonna
to
give
deal
you
with the
now.
timeline they gave you.
Right. Right.
Oh, that's disrespectful.
Because I'm sorry, if he would have built on what the points that hooked us in the first place, it would have been a magnificent movie. Not saying that it's not. It's a wonderful movie right now. Everything about this movie, they bit off a lot of Easter eggs from the originals. When Luke came around, R2D2, he went into the Millennium Falcon. He's like, he was home. Like, this is the first time we get to see Luke Skywalker 40 years in the making already, and finally
Back
see
into the Falcon.
No Han though.
Yeah,
but he sees D2, and even then he's like, I'm not going back, bro. That's not what I'm going to do.
And he plays the Obi-Wan message.
And then D2 plays.
He's like, that was low.
I almost cried.
Yo, for real.
That was low.
And it was the actual one from the. I'm like, oh hell no. He even says like that's a low blow, man.
Real tears right here.
And
tears.
that's all the statement to the fans, like, hey, stop with this BB2. R2D2 is still relevant. He still looks like a trash can, but he's still relevant.
A trash can with wheels.
Right.
Why you do him like that for?
The thing is that I like is that even then, like when he was talking to R2 was cursing him out.
I'm mad they teasing Finn and Rey and then yoinked it from us.
Yeah. But my thing is like I enjoy the fact that like they brought in some enthusiasm with the droid talk and stuff like that, because like Luke was talking to him and he's playing the message and R2 is cursing him out. He's like, when did you start learning these languages? We have to talk about that.
That was cute. It was
he's
like
like
cute
cursing
moment.
him out. So like I'm sitting here, I can only imagine what R2 is telling him. You're sitting back here where the universe is going crazy and you're fucking up everything.
Right.
What are you doing?
I wish he had to translate.
No.
R2D2 actually says,
I don't know. We had children.
Elaborate on my thesis.
Okay.
Your thesis statement?
I'm mad that they're teasing Finn and Rey, and then so maybe he
Teasing
might
what,
be
like a
some
romance?
sort of romancy thing going on.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean,
Right.
that's an easy storyline.
He got
Very easy.
And
who knows?
love don't live in Star Wars no more.
Poe and Rey. Or
Nobody
Finn
is
and
connected.
Rey.
Nobody's romantically connected.
So
Not
at all.
anymore.
So the question is Poe and Rey or Finn and Rey?
Neither.
Neither, man. To be
Neither.
honest.
I say Poe and Finn.
Yeah.
Nah, I wouldn't say
That's bait.
For me, I wouldn't say Poe and Finn. I'm good with that, But I mean,
it's better than Finn and Rose. That was forced.
Oh, that
Yeah.
was.
Thank you. I was about to touch
About
that.
Forced Awakening. That was an awakened forced ass.
I was about to
Serious.
touch
Oh, that was
that.
terrible.
So
that was very
forced.
cringy.
That's that nostalgic of black and yellow all the time. Oh, the black guy with the Asian girl.
What is up with that?
Yep.
Yo.
That's a real trope, man.
So let me ask you guys a question about so the movie opens up,
Yeah.
big epic space fight scene, which is
A
amazing.
literal Star Wars.
Yeah, yeah, literally. Oh, it was like the fifth one out of
The-
all the movies.
We're being called out.
Yeah.
Let's
The
see.
way they ended it, Rey looked sad. Finn was all up on his new bae. Don't lie.
Yeah, but we don't want to see that relationship anyway.
We kind of
I
don't.
guess I like Star Wars with platonic relationships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Romance, we've been down this route, and everybody dies.
I mean, we've been down this route. First of all, and it was an incest, and then it became like, oh, hey,
that was
type of thing.
George Lucas.
Yeah.
Star Wars is not good at romance. Period. They're just not good at it.
They're not.
They tried it, but okay. So that opens up a big star fight scene, which is amazing. We cut to, of course, Finn waking up with all these little
Tubes.
stuff going on.
Bubble wrap with water in it.
I'm just
Right,
like,
right,
the
right,
water's
right,
for it.
You also see, Kylo Ren talking to Snoke. Finally see Snoke full-fledged Snoke. And
He goes,
I say Snoke because at this point, who cares anymore? He's not even relevant at this point. Which sucks.
Yeah.
And he is-
Hayuti's a really good character, and it just
no backstory.
Again, this is why I say it's the
nothing.
biggest FU to the previous director. That's what I
Yeah.
believe. And he's ridiculous. He's overpowered. He knows obviously
Yeah,
he's
it
the Force.
says that Snoke was old. That's like that house, way.
Now, mind you,
Finn and Rey about to set it off for interracial Jedi all across the
galaxy.
galaxy.
of course.
we hope.
Well, it seems like you read, a lot of the fan fiction I see.
Seriously.
But I really don't think they're going to go down that
I
route.
don't think so either.
No.
What do you guys think about now? We all across had our, we say little scenes here and there, but
Sure.
there's a scene there's two scenes that we have yet to talk about, which I'm surprised you guys didn't bring up, and it's like the biggest scenes in three, the biggest scenes.
Are they cringy or just actual good scenes?
Because there's a handful of good scenes.
I loved them. One of them, people hated it.
Oh.
I know one. I think I know one that people hated that I love.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too. One, the beginning, first one was, it happened. The crash
The light
the
speed.
light
crash slice.
speed into
That's
crash.
I love that. Yes, that's the
It
one that
was
everybody hates.
amazing.
What do you,
Yeah.
which one?
Because she went light speed and
When
cut through the
Hodor
ship.
went, Hodor, I believe
Hodor, no, that's her name, though.
Captain
Captain
Hodor,
Hodor.
yeah, and she
Hodor.
went light speed into
To-
the Imperial.
Oh, that was brilliant.
Amazing. And it had, like,
Badass.
little anime
People
at the end.
hate that. They're like, oh, I'm like that.
Well,
Literally.
actually, people like that. What they hated
It was brave.
is the Leia scene when Leia ended up in
in the
space.
And she tapped into the Force.
Oh, Disney magic.
So, folks, if you guys haven't noticed this or don't remember, Leia is also the chosen, also part of the chosen one. Like, you know,
Yeah, Luke's sister,
they're both offspring of the chosen, which is Darth Vader. And in the original movies, they said it was confirmed by Yoda and Obi-Wan.
If Luke can't do it, there's another one.
Yeah.
in his
Yes,
place.
and that she has the power as well.
Exactly. She,
mean, even
in the
in the-
books, I'm sorry, in the books, if I'm not mistaken, she helps train Jedi's too. So even without having
Interesting.
powers and stuff, she knew she had Force potential. So like,
Luke didn't know anything until he got picked up.
I mean, and that's like what we
Exactly.
spoke about in
Yeah.
the car. She had a better upbringing than Luke. did.
exactly.
And she's a natural leader. So
Yeah.
her being a Jedi is like overpowered.
She's like, she's in politics, and she's like a.
She would be
secret Jedi.
powerful.
Exactly.
She'd be the one to have a white saber at this point.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And that was an odd scene. I don't know whether I loved it or I hated it.
People call it the Mary Poppins scene.
Yeah, I've seen that actually.
Right, everywhere, right?
Yeah.
But see, I like that. You know,
Because it shows that she's broken. It
Yeah,
shows that
and-
she's not just an old lady. Like,
right, and I
She's
enjoy
not
that.
just a politician.
Yo,
Right.
for
She
real.
has abilities that we don't know anything about.
Yeah.
Now, what I would have
Definitely.
liked to see instead is that instead of her blown into space and using force just to get back in and go unconscious for a few more hours,
Hey, she's been a.
I would have
conscious
loved to
at that time.
see that the shields go down
Mm-hmm.
and she uses her force to deflect the shots.
Ooh,
Like Kylo.
Pretty much.
That'd be broke.
that'd have been dope.
That she.
broken.
I think they did that not to show her die on screen.
Oh, but I don't know, but they
I
should.
guess.
This
Honestly-
was shot before she actually passed away.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
passed away after the shooting.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
They,
on
all
that-
the scenes were done.
And on that note, I really hope that instead of General Hodor, it would have been nice if she did the light speed crash.
Yeah.
True. To
Oh,
send her
Go out
I
with
think
the
a-
bang.
It's to send her off
Thug-
properly.
Go out with the bank, thug life.
To send her
Thug
off-
tears. I
yeah.
think that would have got me.
Yeah, that actually hit
would've
the feels
me.
because like
Yo,
Is she gonna die like this?
it
Like,
was, it was
I
something
like, my
about
heart kinda
General
broke.
Hodor that I liked a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I liked a lot about her, and then I'm like, ooh, she's that. I actually have a character in my own story that's a lot like her. So when she
does what's
did the
necessary.
super sacrifice, I'm like, my character does the same
But
thing.
see, now these are questions now. Questions that we like, we like this stuff, So first of all, why keep that from Poe? Like the
I was thinking the
entire,
same thing, yeah, that
the
whole
entire
plan, yeah.
time.
My theory.
Mind you, Poe was going nuts,
Pac-Man,
and I'm just like, wait,
Star Wars.
if
So you
guys
came here
were-
to say that,
I'm sorry.
It's Sean again.
Sean?
Yeah. Anyway, but with that being
I hate her.
if Poe was going crazy, then why not just tell him what's
Poe
going
needs
on?
discipline. He needs to be disciplined.
real.
I
Well, no.
understood.
I think I think Poe has discipline.
No, he doesn't.
I believe he does because it was shown in Force Awakens.
Where did it go?
No, but mind you, it's shown in
The
Force
same way
Awakens.
where
Now, Poe is
this.
this. Poe is very passionate. He has discipline, but he's passionate about things, especially to take it one against this version of the Empire, the First Order. You know,
Yeah.
it was shown at the beginning when he disobeyed Leia's orders, and yet he still took down that fleet because he knew what he was doing. You know, and then when he came in, which was very well placed, Leia was down. Hodor came to take the place, and he's like, okay, cool, why not? He's like, well,
He asked her specifically,
right,
what's the
no,
plan?
and
Yeah.
he actually waited. He was like, all right, you know what? We'll see. But as time went on, he's like, okay, what are we doing? We're not doing anything.
Yeah.
We were just doing this. We can't be reactive. We have to be active. So, and my thing is, why not just let him in the plan?
Yeah.
You know what
Why?
it is?
I don't understand.
I feel that Poe feels entitled to it. There are plenty of other people on that fleet who knew their place. You're
Yeah.
a soldier, you know your place. You're not beyond that. At the end of the day, you're just a flyboy.
At
trying to be Han so badly.
At the Flyboy, kind of, because he just got demoted by Leia,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
the only reason why Hodor started to
Maybe so, yeah.
You were
Step on a foot.
demoted, so
because
there
of his
for reasons.
recklessness. But at the same time, why not tell somebody who was just recently a leader?
I
of a
still
fleet?
wouldn't, because the military doesn't work like that.
Even so,
there's
when you think
there's
about
still
it-
a military faction. They still have to abide by orders.
There's some sort of
like,
hierarchy
you know
there.
how
Yeah,
film
yeah.
is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah,
The assistant director is assistant director, and the director's director. Know your place at that
Yeah.
point. So Poe needs to learn to respect the authority above him. That was Leia's right hand.
Right.
If you respect Leia, you got to respect her on the same level. She may do things differently, but but it's not up to you to decide how she runs her team.
But at the same
mind
time,
you,
knowing
mind
that
you.
he's a firecracker and knowing how like you are now a person solely in charge of an entire lineup of people. Hence, we have people who are deserting.
Or at least trying
Why,
to.
you know, you're just burning fuel, and like we know that the other ships that were in the back were sending people slowly over. We're putting everybody into one spot. Here's the entire resistance, the last of us in this one spot, and here's the First Order right behind us. What are we going to do?
And I think that's a
And
valid
that's
question.
something that everyone should have known. I don't
Yeah.
care who Poe is or where your rank is.
Yeah.
We're putting our trust into one person. You're just putting us into one basket. What the hell are you trying to do?
Yes.
I just think she stopped respecting Poe in general after that the stunt he pulled where many people died because he wanted to be a hero so badly. I think at that point she was like, I can't tell you things. I don't know how you're going to react.
Now, mind you,
You might
now,
disagree with me and still do what you want to do.
Now, mind you, saying that he just wanted to be a hero is a little cutting.
I think-
actually, he just wanted to kill. He just wanted to, like, he's been in this.
It's the
he's
same
been-
thing that they said to
he's
Finn.
been, he's been in this army forever. I mean, in this war forever.
Since his entire
And
adult
instead
life.
of being instead of being a hero, he just wanted to get it done. Like, hey, we're here. Let's do this right now. Of course, there was like, hey,
We got to preserve
gotta
our
preserve.
ranks because if we're out here guns blazing, we lose lives, we
Makes
lose
sense.
manpower. We're very limited. So
However-
preserve life over glory.
However,
it feels
Glory, it feels, because he is a glory whore, but at the same
Yeah.
time, he's always the first one out there.
Yeah, and that's
So you also have to consider
puts
it's
himself
like
in the front
where
line, I'll
You're,
tell you that
you're
much.
at the chain of command, and you're just
Right.
watching your soldiers go out there and die. He's the first one to go out there and risk his life. So
Exactly.
his commander position as in actually being on the battlefield holds just as much weight as sitting behind and giving the orders.
He's tried to be Han Solo so badly in the entire movie. I am
Obviously,
sorry.
but that comes down to
He
the
should
that
writer.
just
first.
comes down to the writing
He should
style. Like
first.
he's very brash.
But
he's
he
very like,
clearly proves in this movie that he
Yeah.
cares about. It's two different ways of how to save lives. It's like there's a character in Overwatch that had the same theory. It's like there's people you want to protect. You can protect them by helping them escape, and aka the healer, where you keep them alive, or you protect them by killing the enemy.
Yeah.
Poe's the one who kills the enemy
enemy.
to
He's
protect
the
the people
offensive character.
And it's funny because on the side, on that side,
He plays offense.
I believe I don't even know the girl's name. The girl that was with Finn.
Rose.
Rose.
Uh-huh.
She said a line. We're gonna win this war by saving those that we love, not by killing those that we hate.
Yeah.
Which is
Very
interesting.
two
because there's-
mentalities.
Yes, which is
they're on
great.
the opposite end.
Right
And
now,
that's pretty much what made him draw back too, because
He's
that's when he
just
started to realize that, hey, I can't go out there trying to blow shit up all the time. Because
Yeah,
there are people
there's-
behind me. I can dodge bullets. They can't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I understood why. I'm like, do I really want to tell him that? Yeah, this is what I'm doing. He could disagree or do whatever he's gonna do anyway. Because Poe has a record of doing what he wants to do, regardless of what Leia said. So if I was her, he didn't listen to Leia. She's a commander. Like,
and
who
quite
am I gonna
frankly,
listen to me for?
I think the director just wrote that way just to again a feud of JJ.
Yeah,
Abrams.
I guess
Yeah.
like
because in the Force Awakens he was good. He was tamed.
pretty yeah, saying something. Yeah,
He
he was
was
pretty
tamed.
tamed, right? But then he just got really like brash and very like, we gotta do this and that and the other. I'm like, well, friend, I mean, that's the commander. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're the flyboy.
Yeah.
You're the same as everybody else. You're not entitled to more information than the next. I do agree. She should have just announced it to everyone, so everyone feels included. It doesn't feel like she's withholding. That I agree. But just telling Poe, just him, because you asked for it, no. You're not better than the next man.
The thing is,
Because he was demanding it. Like, I'm like, boy.
I feel like he was like, since he was so close to Leia, he just wanted
Yes.
to just throw his result. Like, oh, I'm close to the commander, so I can say whatever it is.
Well,
do
no,
whatever it
close.
is.
no, not necessarily.
Like
It's-
a son and mother type
it
relationship.
It wasn't personal. I don't think it
Yeah.
was
No,
personal. I
no.
think it was more of a like. It was like, listen.
He's eager.
Yeah.
No,
if anything.
it was like,
Eager.
listen, something. Okay, like he said, he's always been in the front lines. He's always been the one to defend, to fight, whatever have you. Right? Leia just dropped something that's barely ever happened. I assume in this colony, that's barely ever happened. This happened in a way that they thought Leia was dead.
Yeah.
And then they see something miraculous. Whoa, she came back to Force. Never seen that before. Broken. Now she's in coma. She's
Yeah.
comatose at this point. Now we got this person to be the
Yeah.
next. All right, so now we got to put all our trust in this.
Yeah.
Fine. She's like, okay, fine. Cool. Talk to me.
Right.
You know, because at this point, hierarchy does not matter. We have half of our ship destroyed. Our commander is in a coma. You got to talk to me so we can help each other. Now, mind you, I understand hierarchy.
Yeah,
but there's
the
a
chain of
point,
command
there's a
is
point-
serious.
Yeah, but there's a point where it's just like, all right, when everybody's in danger, we got to pull our own weight Everyone has to. It's not a
That's
hierarchy
why I
at
was
this
going
point.
with the fruit, everything in one basket.
Right.
Put us all in one
Now,
basket. Why?
Now, mind you, and that was his mentality. Her mentality, it was more like, I'm not going to tell you, perhaps, but because you're a firecracker, you might do something outwardly. But because not telling him,
Gets him worked up anyway.
He did something unexpected. Was rally everybody. We're taking you off command because I don't trust you. You're not giving me something
that
to
was
work
a
with.
mess.
And
That's another. And that's where it comes to being leadership. Because I've been being a manager for years. You have to know how to keep your chickens in line.
Yeah,
If
right.
you know one behaves a certain way, you have to feed him the right way. To just give
Right,
him nothing.
right.
It's like the same exact thing that happened to Rey and Luke. He gave her nothing, so she gave into the dark.
No, look at Luke. Exactly. Look at Luke. Well, you're not gonna help me. All
So
right.
I went to the dark.
Peace out. I'm going to do stuff my own self. And look what happened. You know what I'm saying?
She
So
jumped into
it's like
darkness.
it's not like telling you stay in your place. It's more like, okay, I understand where you're coming from. You need some sort of this just happened. I know we all need comfort. We need consolation. We need reassurance. And his reassurance was, what's our next plan of defense? What's the next plan of attack? And she wasn't giving him nothing. In fact, she was like, "Oh, well, aren't you demoted? Get back in
she
line."
literally
And
just
it's just like,
she
wait, what?
antagonized him.
I'm sorry. That's not gonna help me. I'm this right now. Like, what are we doing? And that just happened over and over and over to the point where he's like, all right, well, I was patient. Now I'm making my moves. I'll rally everybody else. We're gonna take you off command because I know the rule book. I'm gonna take you off command. Bye. Now I'm taking stuff because he doesn't know. He didn't know what was going on. Leia knew. She knew. He didn't.
And even more annoying is that she knew how they were being tracked. How
And
they
then,
figure out.
right, and then what happened? What happened? Leia busted the door, knocked him out, leave. Okay, cool. And then he had to wake up on a different to be explained.
Yeah, we
Why?
knew they were tracking us through because he found out the plan on his own. He hooked up with the goggle eye girl and all that. Like they figured out how to be in track because of Rose. But if the higher plan chain of command knew this, it's like, why allow this to go so far?
Right.
Like I
They were
understand.
running out of fuel,
Yeah.
and it was getting kind of dire.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
You could be a sitting duck in the middle of space and get blown up. And I think, like, I see where Poe's coming from, and I see what it feels like to feel that helpless. It's one of those things where I'm not saying like blind faith or anything like that.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't know, like it bothered me how he went about it.
Yeah.
It really did. I thought like, okay, like we get it. You're not the only one here. There are other people who are just as quiet, who are trusting in the decisions that Leia and this woman came up with. And you're the one. And then he caused actually more conflict because of it, sending poor Finn and Rose out there to go on some crazy mission. Like, they're plot
Suicide
protected,
mission.
so I knew they're going to be okay. But
Yeah,
Plot protected.
they're plot protected, so I knew they were
nice.
going to be. But in the
Sean-
context of this,
Sean said,
So what the F was with Luke?
Okay,
and,
so
that movie was bad.
so now Luke. Well,
Bad by whose standards, though?
well,
Probably to his
Bad Star
standards.
Wars movie or it's a bad film?
Probably
Well,
to his standards.
Those are two
answering-
different things.
Answering his question.
Yeah.
Luke, what was wrong with Luke?
He's bitter.
Well, simple.
Depressed.
It's pretty simple.
I'm
Just watch the
depressed.
last 3 Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Look at what he's gone
Simple
through.
as that.
Yeah.
The
And his
He-
flashbacks, too.
He
Jeez.
lost his father after finding out that his father was the
Vader.
#1 villain in the entire galaxy.
It's like finding your dad is Hitler, man. Like,
Pretty
much.
much.
Yeah.
Right? Knowing that your father killed many Jedis.
Mhm.
Jedi. There's an I, which is weird because that's how you say it
Jedis.
regularly. And he's your
Fish or
dad.
fish.
You're right?
Mm-hmm.
And your mentor died by the hands of your father,
all this.
right?
Loses your hand.
You still don't know who's your mom because that was never disclosed ever,
Mhm.
mind you. Padme, no such thing, huh? You kissed your sister in the lips.
Right. Mom. Oh, yeah.
Really wanted to see. Yeah. Now,
Nah.
you kiss your sister, all this and stuff, and you lose your
I
hand in
know.
the process, right? Time goes on.
You save your father's soul, but he dies anyway.
He dies
Yeah.
anyway, right?
Speaking of souls.
As time goes on, you decide like, all right, I'm gonna try to do this whole
Oh,
Jedi
oh.
thing.
Mhm.
He
You really want to see the Knights of Ren?
yeah.
Well,
You
wait,
think I-
don't do
second
that.
that.
Don't do that. Let's
Yeah.
finish
All right,
it.
go ahead,
And mind you, then you try to resurrect the Jedi Order.
Mhm.
You do
Right,
that,
and you failed.
and you feel, but to make matters worse, right? You try to kill your nephew,
Yeah.
and then he kills everybody else.
Like he realized that he can't, because Luke has always struggled with the balance between
Yeah.
light and dark.
Yeah.
Always.
And
Yeah.
he saw the darkness in Kylo and he got scared.
Absolutely.
And he panicked.
Even in like in the extended universes, he's gone to the dark side. Had it not been for Leia being overpowered, she's Snoke's level force using.
Overpowered. Yeah,
Clearly.
yeah.
She's literally force slapped him back into the light side. But it's to the point where like he's so off balance in himself, where he just doesn't feel that he's the proper teacher of Jedi anymore. That's why he just wanted to give up the Force in total. And
he felt like all right, I'm gonna, for him taking even the sword up, he felt like he failed him.
Of course.
He failed as a teacher, you know.
Yeah.
Now, I was okay with this whole season withered Luke. I don't want, you know,
anything to do with
but
this anymore.
I didn't like the way he went about it. He just considered it as a joke. You know, it would have been better like, all right, I'm a withered old man now. I still take the Force seriously, but I still think it's not worth the effort, the struggle.
Yeah.
Not like up, boop, over my shoulder. Yeah. That was just funny. Or like, you feel it? Here's the little thing. Like that's just that's like Ragnarok for me.
Cheeky.
You know what I'm
it's a
saying?
Disney charm.
You know, it was funny as hell. But it was Ragnarok for me. I'm like, come on, Luke, you know what the Force is.
You know
bro.
what it was like to be her,
right?
For a second, don't forget,
right?
How you started, not knowing a damn thing about
that.
Exactly.
Right. Now, what do you think about Luke's last scene?
That was so.
Now
that was both broken and dumb.
Yo.
Now, mind you, dumb as in what? Like it's still broken dumb, or like that's so doomed they could have done a different
as
way.
in like.
Okay. Now, mind you.
Oh my god.
This is what I lived for. Are you kidding me? Whether seasoned Luke comes to play, I'm gonna say, okay, wait. Luke still found good in his father, but wants to kill his nephew.
He was conflicted.
Like I said, it was all because of the brokenness of Snoke.
They made look like that.
He didn't necessarily
more charismatic. Yeah, he was more charismatic. He was complex at best.
Because the darkness that he sensed in Kylo and Ben Solo, technically, and thing he sensed in Ben was just Snoke's influence. He sensed the power in him, but because he felt the presence of Snoke is what he thought was that deep darkness, because there was really nothing that Ben had against anyone.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he saw the illicit betrayal of his teacher, and because of the whispers of Snoke is what turned him dark. But otherwise he was on his own, and it's like even Leia knew this. See, Luke accepted the fact that it was his fault, but Leia knew had Snoke never got involved, neither one of you would have been pushed to that point.
Exactly.
That's why she blamed Snoke, and that just shows how broken she is to the Force, where she was well aware of this.
You know how they sensed each other?
Yeah.
Ooh, that was very bone chilling.
Yeah.
When he flew by, and Leia was in there, and she just knew that that was him inside of that. Like I was like, whoa. That's intense.
And he still couldn't press the trigger.
He couldn't do. Someone else had to do it.
Yeah. I mean, he could have killed his dad, but he could not kill his
It was
mother.
just something.
It's something. No, listen. It's still something about mothers. I'm sorry. Like I don't know. I don't care who you are.
How evil you think
you
are.
will punch your dad in a heartbeat.
Leia!
You will punch your dad in a heartbeat in the face, but you will think twice to speak loud to your mom. I'm sorry. It's just something about that.
Yeah.
All mom's gotta do is give you a look.
Yeah, absolutely.
She gave him
She gave him the look.
The
Force. Don't even try it.
Them
Don't even try it.
Them Final Fantasy instant kill looks.
She had to look like, and in that moment, we all knew that he was never fully evil in the way that he saw himself. Because Luke made him feel that way. Imagine your teacher comes to you in the middle of the night with a saber glowing in the dark, ready to kill you. You're like, oh, am I that bad? Okay, I'll show you what bad is. So he puts on the whole persona, the stupid little helmet, you know what I mean, and gets all the clothes. He's living the part, but deep down inside, that boy's soft.
Another thing, he's soft as hell, and I just thought about that too, because he's been there was the whole thing was, oh, this girl's never picked up a lightsaber before, and she be Ren, who's been trained by two legit masters
For
of the
real.
Force. My thing was because he wanted to hence kill the past, yet he was personally one who could not let go because of his beef with Luke. So I found that ironic. And we spoke about his fighting style and how he's like really sloppy. He has no form, yet he was trained by Luke. I think he adopted his own fighting style to just separate himself from all the teaching.
He wanted to be so different.
He wanted to be completely like, okay, I'm gonna be the next Darth Vader, but I'm gonna be my own way. I don't want to be the Skywalker style.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna make up my own style, which was sloppy, which is probably why he got wrecked by Rey. But it was just him trying to express that I'm my own guy.
Right.
I am me. I do what I want. That's where. And that ambition is what Rey saw in him when she said, you're not going to kneel to Snoke, which was true. He was too busy trying to be him. Hence the whole
selfishness.
Leave the past. Because, like, you're saying, oh, you're going to be next Darth Vader, but preaching me about, like, letting go. You know, I'm trying to
Yeah,
preach.
it wasn't the last movie you were all about Vader. You were worshiping
like,
his helmet in your room. Like.
But mind you,
New director.
Again, the
True.
FU was When he
Yeah,
failed, Snoke said,
I keep trying to make the connection between these movies, and I can't.
You just hide behind the mask. Snoke told him that.
To his
and he told him, and then when he went into the elevator, he crushed it, meaning he was done. Sure, he still had the grudge against his uncle, but at the end of the day, he tried to kill him. That's all revenge at that point.
Yeah.
Is it like letting go of the past? Not really. It's just I want to do you what you try to do. And the fact that we're family, I'm gonna still get my own on you.
Yeah.
He still let go because that was a statement. Yeah. That was a breaking of the wall statement. Because if you noticed, Hans is gone. We ain't gonna get no more Leia.
No.
Yeah.
Luke is gone too.
Yeah.
All right.
The Trinity, right?
Right.
The original Trinity.
The third movie is gonna have no
original characters.
No characters. This is gonna be a brand new Star Wars movie with
brand
new characters. It's very similar to what he said to told Leia. And not Leia, Rey. Let go of the past. Screw the ships. Let's build something new together. Rule the galaxy. That was the same speech that Darth Vader gave to Luke.
Yeah.
Rule the galaxy as father and son in the dark side. But that was, and you think about it, that happened in the second movie. Thus, the second movie in this trilogy as well.
Yeah.
It's the repeating itself, right? But something happened though. Just like how Luke almost brought Darth Vader over, so did Rey did to Kylo Ren. Right? But the difference, though...
The galaxy's favorite emo boy.
Right. But the difference, though, is Darth Vader actually went back to the good side at the end.
Yeah.
Because he was still the chosen one. It was still his story. It wasn't Luke's story. It was his story. It was still Anakin's story
at the end of
that
the
he
day.
had to complete. Here, though, here, Kylo was like, all right, I'll meet you halfway, but I'm staying in that middle. I'm not neither the good or the bad.
I just want to do my own thing.
Kind of like a gray thing.
The great Jedi.
Right. And then that's what he wanted her to come with. Meet me in the middle.
You don't have to fully come
all right,
over.
and this is what I found. They teased each other when Snoke kept putting them on speed dial.
Yeah. That's
They're all FaceTime.
And every time they had these mind links, she was always emotional and flipping out. The opposite of what a Jedi is supposed to be. They're supposed to be in full control of their emotions. Hence why they're able to do Jedi mind trick, because there is no emotion attached to it. They're puppet
it's all
masters.
instinct.
Yeah.
Whereas he, during their little chats, was totally calm. Kylo Ren, rage boy, chill,
salami body,
absolutely chill. And I found that ironic. I'm like, he's the dark side, she's the light. She's raging. And he's calm and collected. I'm like, they're very gray when they talk to each other.
Yeah.
There's something about them.
And that's where when she called him a monster, she's like in tears and freaking out. He's like,
okay,
what? I'm a monster.
And
at that point, it's over. See, but that's the thing. At that point, like, it's just he's done with everything.
Yeah.
His uncle failed him. He was gonna kill Snoke anyway.
Yeah.
He's trying to aspire to something greater like his grandfather or granddaddy, and it's just not working for him. Right. What else does he have to?
That's why when they touched hands and they saw each other's visions, it's like, because he saw the possible two gray Jedis ruling. There's no good or bad. Hence the irony of the Codebreaker, the Master Codebreaker, who's saying that.
Yeah, he's saying like both sides.
Yeah, both sides are screwed
come
up.
to me, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like so you're just better off to live in the middle.
War is profitable for both ends. You know what I mean? It's profitable for him, so he's just like, I'll go with the highest bidder.
But I didn't like that he knew about the escape ships. Like, how did he know that information? That blew my mind.
Yeah.
Well, now come back to the last scene, because we started talking about the last scene, about the whole Luke thing.
Yeah.
Awesome. Him staring down the entire First Order fleet, and then just standing there, and all the missiles aim everything at him.
Every gun on that guy.
Everything.
The dirt on the ground.
Are you sure? Did I stutter?
Are you sure he's dead?
Go. Everything. He came out.
And it was like for like a good 60 seconds.
I'm just
and
like,
he's like, I think we got him.
Yeah, I think we got him. He just walked out like, are you done yet? Like, because that didn't hurt me.
No,
he brushed the dirt off his shoulder.
That was so...
The Jay-Z song just played in my mind. Like, immediately, I'm like, this guy is broken illegal ban.
Yes! Broken illegal ban.
He was legitimate, like, the GIF in the entire movie, and I thought when he walked out of that smoke, he was just going to be like, you missed.
You sure you got me?
That was such a meme. That's a meme.
And then after that, Kylo was like, you know what?
I'm coming down.
I'm doing it myself.
Throws his little cape off and stuff.
No, but mind you.
But the funniest thing, he wanted an actual apology.
Yeah. That's all
he
he
didn't care
wanted.
about fighting. He came with the cape and wanted that apology, and he wasn't given that thing. He's like,
all right, let's get it.
Let's get it in.
Now this is interesting, because I was surprised, because I wasn't like Kylo Ren, you gonna step on to Luke? Really? Oh, this is new. I give you props, bro.
The balls.
and he comes down.
Oh, he was sucky.
You know, and I'm just
that
like
sponge guard stance.
So
he
we
always
have
hits.
right. So we have two potential chosen ones, the people with like the highest force.
Yeah.
Like two generations, right?
Yes,
Two different generations.
First generation, second.
Right, and they go at it, and it is one of the best. Aside from the whole Rey,
the Crayolas.
And they
the
ended up
Crayola
together,
team.
which was mind you, it was awesome.
Really
That
brilliant.
was
Great
great,
scene.
great.
You need more of that.
Yeah, for real.
But this is
Yeah.
like one of the biggest spectacles I've ever seen. Like this is showing Luke in all his glory.
Like seasoned Luke.
Right, and the guy wasn't even there.
Yep.
I screamed out. I'm like,
I thought that
this.
was the greatest
Now-
troll.
Now, mind you,
I felt so trolled.
yeah,
Oh,
I was happy, but I was upset.
because it was a troll at the same
I'm not
time.
gonna show up to see you.
And it's like,
You're not even worth the lightsaber, boy.
right? It is like the biggest F you,
Disrespectful.
right? And it's like, why couldn't Luke just be there? What was the
Yeah.
reason why he stayed in the
Yeah,
planet and not
legit.
come down here though? But then I was reading the forums because I like fucking,
Seeing people
you know,
analyze this, right?
and they were saying that even if you wanted to come, that ship that was underwater and
Starfighter
this,
is done.
it couldn't
Submerged
jump
too much.
light speed. It couldn't even get there in time.
Oh,
So he had to.
Okay.
Mind you, he had to astral project through galaxies.
First of all,
Like I'm like, okay, Leia, you're dumb. You're unconscious. You active the Force. You do Mary Poppins. You get
But
there. You can't.
Luke-
But Luke, you're
Luke-
astral projecting
through
through
galaxy,
galaxies, my
time and
friend.
space. And
Now-
he had that like
He's broken
fresh
his
beard
own.
on
Yes.
with the Just
He
for
was
Men dye.
He was
Like,
fresh
he was
cut and
looking
everything.
toasty.
His
Persona was toasty. Like he
It
looked
was-
like 20 years younger.
Which one was that?
Yo.
That was that the third movie or the second one where he goes to Jabba the Hutt to get back Leia and Han Solo from Boba Fett?
Third movie.
Third.
Remember, he comes in here looking Sith.
Yeah,
Black
the
hoodie,
all
all black.
Yeah.
He
But
did
no,
it this time too.
But do you realize though? Okay, so George Lucas, his original plan was to turn him into the dark side. That was Luke's original plan to go for, but they were like, nope, we can't do that.
Yeah.
They want to
Yeah.
keep him a hero.
That was his plan to make him the dark side.
That
you
would
Part
be-
of the dark side.
imagine?
Yep.
I don't know. That would be kind
well,
of
then
fascinating.
it would have been.
Yeah.
It would have been a
Leia
story
to
of
put him
villains.
back, yeah.
It would have been a story of villains.
Yeah.
Father and son villains, for that matter. Powerful. That's OD
Yeah.
powerful together. And Leia would have to have been the hero then. Then Leia would probably been the one to kill Luke and Darth Vader. How broken that would have been.
But yeah, I mean, okay, and then he dies, and he died
Evaporates.
that like Yoda,
He
that,
did
like
the-
Obi-Wan.
the
Did
Obi-Wan.
the, he did the Obi-Wan death, yeah.
Now this is the part that people tend to forget. He died on that island. He did not want to leave. He died, like Yoda, like Obi-Wan, when the two sons came up. Watch episode 4, the first movie that came out in 1978 or 77. Watch that one. It showed that exact scene right before he left the farm of his family to embark in the adventure with Obi-Wan Kenobi. That exact
That's
scene
very
with,
poetic.
with the music, with the two sons,
Yeah.
and that's how he died.
Oh wow.
That's
and
poetic.
it was just like, I hated that scene. I was like, why? Why would
Why
he
would
stay
he
there?
die? Yeah,
but
but-
then when I saw it the second time, I was like, wait a minute, because mind you, I did
Completes the
I did a
story.
marathon last night. Yesterday, the past 2 days, I did a marathon of Rogue One, the 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah.
I did Force Awakens, and I saw it again, the movie in theaters, and that's how I got it. It's like, oh, that's how they correlate. Because I thought that scene was just like, okay, it made no sense. Why would he? The two sons are like, wait, oh, that's a scene from the first movie.
Right.
So amazing, poetic,
Yeah.
perfect way to go as a Jedi.
It's very, for the
yeah.
most part, it's a very peaceful way to go.
Absolutely.
Well, that's
Because
like
he
David said
chose-
that they said he went on
peacefully,
peace. He died
right.
peacefully. Yeah.
Yeah, like evaporate, like completely at peace with the Force and part of the cosmos.
And he
stuff.
told Kylo Ren, "See you around, kid."
Yeah,
Which
he's gonna come
means
back, yeah.
he's gonna come back like Obi-Wan, like what Yoda did. By the way, Yoda
broke it
Yoda
as
comes
hell.
back. I forgot.
That's
Huh.
what I was gonna say.
Yoda.
You brought
Yes.
up Yoda, and I was like, this man in spiritual form summoned lightning
with a finger.
with a finger.
And he
Toasty.
he called Luke young Skywalker.
Skywalker. Still.
This man is gray, old. He's still calling young. Because imagine how old Yoda is, honestly.
And I love how
Yoda's like
Yoda
centuries old.
Yeah.
and
Yo.
Yoda's teaching style is still evident. He
Yo.
never taught Luke directly. He would always troll and frustrate the hell out of Luke to teach him.
right.
It was never this is how it works. It was
1,
always
2, 3,
oh you
yeah.
want to do this? You shouldn't. So Luke wouldn't. No, we do it anyway. Like
no, and
dude.
then when he did, there's a scene in Empire Strikes Back when
Yeah.
he's training on the Yoda, and he's like, "Oh, but I can't do that." Yes, you can. You will. It's like, I'll try. no try. Dude. And he couldn't do it. It's like, do I have to talk to you in riddles? Because
Bro.
I just keep remembering the iconic scene. He's carrying Yoda on his back.
and he's running. He does a flip.
Flips, yeah.
And Yoda's like, oh, I'm just chilling back. I'm
just
a
gonna
book
chill
bag.
in his little.
I'm a backpack
Literally
right
a
now.
backpack.
You know
Awesome.
those baby backpacks you see when moms have and the little babies
Yeah,
in
this
the
weird.
back?
Yeah, literally. That's what Yoda was in.
Yo.
But he
Oh
shows
my
up,
God.
dude. He shows up. The puppet, not the CGI version. Puppet.
Puppet.
Someone played that puppet, and I was like, thank you.
Oh,
you,
yeah,
God.
that
even
was-
though it was a different voice actor, I
Of course.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that they brought
But
him
he came back, and he was still whooping that that advice on Luke. Like,
Them riddles.
young Skywalker.
You
like,
still have so much to learn.
you still
huh?
have so much to learn. You can't. You're always looking at the horizon, which that's how he died, mind you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking at the horizon, and he's like, "But I just like, what are you what are you gonna do?" He's like, "Well, I'm gonna destroy the relics, the books in that tree. Oh, I do it for you. Finger, boom,
Yeah.
burned.
Key point.
I got you. What's the point?"
For real, key point. If you didn't see in the scene when Finn was taking care of the chick that
The
kissed
books
him
are
and
in
everything,
there, yeah.
the books are in the drawer.
Yeah, that's right. They
Yeah,
took the
he-
relics.
Yeah.
Yeah, she still took it when we didn't even know that until we're like, oh, shit, the relics.
He's like, because that's what he meant. He said it as if she had the wisdom. No, he meant literally. She has everything.
Yeah.
She has everything she needs.
There's nothing in there that she doesn't already have.
Yeah, so he's
So,
like, I'll burn this.
half
Oh,
shit.
all right.
answer-
She knows this, and people are like, how does she know the Force and stuff? Like, no, like he meant literally. She
read
has the
the
stuff.
books.
Like,
Yeah.
no, it's not. She
The-
read it and knows it. It's like no, she actually has them.
She has access,
Yeah.
so this place isn't needed anymore.
Yeah, this place is needed because
So the
all the
tree is
relics
burnt.
in the books are still intact because she very physically has the books.
Freaking.
You know what I've always liked about Star Wars, about the exploration of an afterlife? Like this, like that's how Jedi are so peaceful because they know this is not the end.
Yeah.
There is something to go to.
You strike me down now, and I become a stronger
Like
than you
Obi-Wan,
can
he's like,
ever
what?
imagine. Pretty
Yeah.
much.
He's literally like, if you
Reborn.
strike me down in anger, I'm gonna always be with you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like
Oh.
your father.
Yeah.
Oh, that was hard.
Now I'm waiting in the next movie to
The
see.
feels.
I'm waiting to see Obi-Wan next movie, and I want to see Anakin. I have to see.
I wanna see
I
Anakin.
gotta see.
I wanna
Anakin.
see Anakin. That's what I was expecting to see in this
If that
movie.
would have
You know
showed
what?
up,
Yeah.
I think would have flipped out of my
I,
chair.
I,
yo.
I need. I'm sorry, but I know everybody's like saying they want to see theirs, but I really want to see the Knights of Ren.
Yeah.
I really want them. Like,
Now, mind you, the Knights of Ren isn't that part of the Old Republic?
no, there's just the Jedi's that Kylo Ren took with him.
Oh, those Knights of Ren. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, but they're dead.
No, they're not.
No.
No, they never. He
Talk
never,
to me.
They took him. He took him with him, and he separated them all in the
Really?
galaxy.
So there's Jedis around. Oh, I thought
they're
he
not
killed
Jedi.
them all.
Jedi's.
Strange.
They're not Jedi's.
Oh, they're
they're
training
the
in
people.
training.
They're the people who betrayed the Jedi Order with him, and helped kill the other Jedi's.
Huh.
He didn't kill his Knights of Ren.
His Inquisitors.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
They're all
very
acro-
interesting. Not
Or
to bring.
technically they'll be acolytes.
Yeah, they're
Right.
all across the galaxy doing what they're supposed to
Maybe
be doing.
that could be his crew.
They're planting seeds.
And
whatnot.
I'm hoping
They're bringing back the old Republic
Exactly.
style and getting rid of the ruler too.
And I'm
Yeah,
hoping,
Rule 2, yeah.
and I'm hoping that they don't say, "Oh, well, you know those Power Rangers they fought? That was them."
No,
Meh.
no, I doubt it.
I really
I hope
they
not,
won't.
but those guys were fairly broken.
They
that's
were
why.
They
broken.
were pretty
My
good.
man with the chainsaw.
Chain, yeah, the chains.
That was so popping.
Let's talk about their armor, how strong that was. That they were taking
so
those
shiny.
type of lightsaber type weapons.
I'm sorry, they better be. Because
Yeah,
if
they
you
were
have,
protecting Snoke. Yeah,
They
They're
have to
Snoke
be.
guards.
Those,
You know?
have to
I
be
feel like
retarded.
they're individually retrained by Snoke.
Has to be, you know. But again, biggest mishap was why give me such a strong I mean, I know why it's different director, but man.
He
Why give
really
such
did
a badass
away.
character and waste him away.
Okay,
Waste
we talk
away.
about Captain Phasma
Yo.
and how she got played.
Well, I
Yeah.
think she's gonna come back like like I said, she's gonna do the
Yeah,
Darth
she's
Vader.
gonna
She's gonna
come
come back
back.
like the Hound.
Well,
Again, this is the new director.
yeah.
He's like 1 minute dead.
I know.
I
that's-
think she's gonna come
or
back.
dead,
I
you
think she's
know.
gonna come back because remember when they shot her with the ray gun or whatever? She just okay.
I mean, her death wasn't on
That
screen,
was
so
like
technically
yeah,
she's
she
fire.
fell
alive.
through the fire, so like we didn't actually see
I mean,
her
Yeah.
die.
I imagine that suit's pretty powerful. I'm not
Yeah.
assuming she got burned
you never know.
immediately.
You never know.
But I wanted more of like, okay, you know how like Finn like smashed her helmet and stuff like that. I want her to take
Traitor
it off
weapon.
Yeah, she should have took it off.
and
Yeah.
say, "Let's get it." Like,
Yeah, I want her to
eye
come
to
back.
eye
Give me
now.
that
Real
Game of
shit.
Thrones type
Give
of
me
thing,
some
girl.
like,
Real.
and pulls out some like a saber,
of course.
not that
For real.
stupid little axe thing,
Yeah, yeah,
For
yeah.
real.
and said, "Come on, come
Bring
on.
it, bring it,
Do you
bring
want
it.
to come over here, you little traitor? Come over
I
here."
would have.
Yo.
I would like to see her throw some hands.
Just
how
pop.
how iconic that was cool that Finn used that weapon against her. The traitor
yeah,
weapon.
Yeah.
traitor.
I was like, what? It's so dramatic. You gotta be so extra to have that.
You
that
have to
thing.
wind it up.
That is a
and
weapon.
boom.
That is a weapon I want in my arsenal.
Still, he is like the highlight of that movie.
Yeah.
He's got his guns and shield. Traitor.
Pretty much. And he get just
That little
slapped.
shaking.
The shake when he just unravel it. I'm like, yo, this nigga.
and it's
and
the,
then
and it's the actor who
preparing-
played.
here's the thing, though.
Yeah.
What
Okay.
bothers me about Finn.
What's up?
Sure.
He is He is such a Gohan.
Yo,
He's Gohan because he's broken. He's naturally broken, natural talent. But every time he steps up, he gets pushed right down.
Yeah, they didn't let him shine.
Every single time
He gets
does
to be
something
comic
good,
relief
it
half
gets
the time.
dropped down.
that is because he doesn't have his Piccolo.
He doesn't have Piccolo. That's very
He
true.
needs someone
but like,
on him,
literally,
like,
I can
showing
line
Just
it.
Ray, I think.
Ray's probably his Piccolo, but like every time,
never-
first of all, he can use
they
a
barely saw
lightsaber, so
each
that's
other.
already a boost.
Yeah.
I mean,
but when he picked it up, he got wrecked.
no
Solo
telling.
had to, Han Solo had to
but I
save
mean,
him.
anyone can pick up a laser sword and just use
And
it.
swing it around.
I mean,
They
look
can
at
still-
Ray.
They
Like,
can still make the beam come out without force.
Hold on.
you know, it
hold on.
has not. Yes,
You just said laser sword.
I did. Yes, listen. Luke said it. I can say.
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Ray-
Luke said it. We could all say
Luke
it.
disrespected.
It's canon.
It's canon, okay?
Yeah.
I wanted Finn to have his own little training
He
scene.
really needed
Like,
something
He needed
like-
his little like eye of the tiger moment.
Because every
Like,
time he fought somebody, he had to get saved.
He
Every
needed
time.
help.
Even when every time he had to shine, he had somebody to
back him up.
Because even when he was okay, I know these Star Destroyers, I know them
Yeah.
in and out. Cool, basic plan. You sneak us in, like this was going perfect. Oh, we got caught
Yeah, or
because that BB Black saw them. It's like
Wow. That's funny because people wanted that so bad. It never
Oh
happened.
my
The
God.
whole fight between BB Black
BB and Black. Yeah,
I
seriously.
wanted that square up.
I
Ooh,
did
I wanted
too.
that too.
Why?
because
Listen,
BB-8 was
BB
showing
broken.
its ass.
Whoa.
All right, first of
No
all,
big
up.
deal. No big deal.
all right, this is exactly what happened. All right, BB Black, he would have came out, who would have had a mech suit, right? He would have been like, he would have came out with a Gundam, like the Death Scythe Hell, because it's black. And
Yo.
he was like, and then BB-8 was like, I got you. He would have went
BB
to the corner
Black.
and would have came out with an Escaflowne mobile suit with like angel wings and a cape, like let's get it in.
Shut up.
And then they would have formed their giant mobile suit sabers, and they would have given us
Yo,
a real Star Wars
seriously.
battle.
Now, mind you,
That would've
that's-
been highlight the
mind you,
movie.
that's what he sees, but in reality, all they're doing is this.
Yeah, this is, yeah, legit,
Just smacking each
legit,
other.
no,
That's all
like,
they're
legit,
gonna do.
it'll be like a 5-minute fight, and I'm like this epic, like this really epic
Just be
space
spinning
battle,
really fast
and then everyone's just looking at them, and they're just
Pretty much.
and, like, they
Beyblade,
have
let
the
it
little
rip.
finger things out.
Just like zapping each other and everything.
Yeah, for real.
BB Black. I'm
But I
Sorry,
feel like
that's
that
so
that would have happened because he did take control of a walker, like of all
Legit.
things.
Yeah. so
he
broken.
hijacked it.
I'm
Like
Since
it's
when?
scary because it's like they could have just threw him in that room,
Just let him handle it.
handle it, do stuff. No. Just think of Blue's Clues,
Go for it. Go for BB-8.
and then like the ship just splits in half. What did BB-8 do?
What did you do, BB-8?
Watch your language. They won't even tell us what he did, just like they did with Chewbacca. What should I tell him? I'll say just that.
But yeah, BB-8 was surprisingly broken for some
He was
reason. He made
surprisingly-
R2-D2
Yo, he
useless.
I mean, listen, R2D2 did
Trash
save.
can on wheels.
It's okay.
He
It's
saved
R2D2
the
is like
crew.
Master Roshi.
Yeah.
and, you know,
He ain't got to do
here's-
nothing.
BB-8.
He just shows up.
BB-8 is like oob,
Yes.
just born
I mean,
broken.
Listen, for his time, R2D2 was.
Oh, he was on point.
He
Yeah.
saved everyone.
I just
so many
wish
times.
that R2
Would have
shocked
more.
Luke when he was in the ship saying I can't go.
Zap.
Zap,
Boy.
like he used to do. He,
Yeah, I mean, instead of shocking,
Little
he
feistier.
just showed him the thing, and that was it. And that's when he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna do
All
something."
right, all right.
No, the shock would have been funny, and then the feels. That's the thing. The shock value for funnies.
Like-
and
like a
then-
Sour
'cause
Patch
those
Kid?
Were, those were because remember these movies were feeding off of nostalgia heavy. I
Yeah.
mean, even like you point out the sunset. I would have liked some R2 shock
Yeah, like him to just get a little feisty.
because that's what R2 is sassy as hell.
No, he is. He's the same.
I think the crowning meme of the shirtless Kylo Ren thing is
What was the
going
big thing?
all over. I guess
What's the
it looked like
big
he was
deal?
wearing high-waisted jeans. It was just really bizarre.
Where's his belly
Them things
button
are right
at?
underneath his nipples, man.
Yeah.
Like, it was so high.
Yo, you always went to your
He just
current
built
bodega,
weird.
right? you always went to your like supermarket and current bodegas or whatever around the corner of your house, right?
Yeah.
You ever remember those how salami used to come in those black packages and you would unwrap
Yeah,
it
yeah,
halfway?
yeah, yeah.
That's what he's wearing.
That's what he looks like.
he just
body.
looks like it was just awkward because I'm like, why is he not wearing a shirt? Like, and they said explained why. This is this elaborate explanation why, and I almost didn't believe it.
some
It's
Rick and
saying
Morty
that
type of crap going on here.
you know how that those scenes were shot, right? It was just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
They're saying like, okay, how do we know that they're really talking to each other? And so what Ray says, like, oh, can you please take your shirt on? Like,
Put a
you know,
shirt on? He's
so
like,
that you are aware that she can see him. They're not just in
Yeah.
up here.
Yeah, it's not in the mind.
I
Yeah,
think
it
a
shows they can-
MacGuffin to propel the
Well, I
what's
mean,
going on. Okay.
yeah, that shows it too. But it was also stated the first time they link. He's like, I can see you, but I can't see what's around you.
Yeah, so it was
So
like to
we
show
know
what
they can physically see
Ray
each
can
other, yeah.
see. So,
Because
oh,
that's
okay,
why she
cool.
shot the gun because she thought he was actually in front of her.
Yeah.
It's
So-
just that they didn't wait until their last meeting to actually show them next to each other.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like,
That's-
please put a shirt
shirt
Yeah.
on.
which I laughed.
That
By
was
the
funny. He's
way,
like, please put a shirt on. No.
don't you have a cowl somewhere?
No.
No, I'm in my room.
Legit, like, I'm in
No,
my
that
room.
monotone voice. I'm in my room.
Like, just be glad I
that
wasn't.
15-year-old kid teenager in his room. Like, no, I don't care.
Like, just be glad he wasn't in there.
Right. You just walking in on somebody.
You're supposed to
Well,
knock the
that's
door.
Snoke was waiting for that nigga to finish.
He just
could've
came
been-
out the shower?
Snoke could've been- yeah,
No.
he was all moist.
Why isn't there a scary movie that's gonna be in there? Just like she spilled eyes.
Is this called sci-fi movie?
It opens up and he's just whapping hard as hell.
Oh my god.
And they, like, Snoke was waiting for him to get out the shower. I was like, oh god, this boy takes forever. All right, there he is. He put on some pants. All right, let's link these guys together. Speed dial.
Yeah, let's FaceTime him, right? Like,
So, all right.
Matchmaker.
Huh?
We rating those?
Yeah. The
all right.
Yeah.
I won't say the battle rounds, but how many lightsabers out of 10?
Ooh. You want to start that, Josh?
Yeah.
Oh,
You
me?
Do you
it,
have a
man.
rating?
No.
Hey,
I'll-
no,
I'll-
you're the
I'll
one
do it first
I'll
because
go last.
I'm
I'll go
the new
last.
person to the Star Trek.
I go.
shows.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
I will say, not to be biased because I love like all the side story stuff more than I like the movie lines. Just looking at the movie line as a whole, since I did recently just watch all of them again. And considering as a new director, so giving it a benefit of the doubt because of that, because I mean, like I said, wasted storylines. I'll give it about a 6.5, 7. Somewhere in between there. Not a full 7, but not just a half. It's like I want to go 7 because I truly did enjoy this movie a lot. It's just I hate when really good characters that have potential to be developed are just
Get
thrown
cut
away.
short, yeah.
They're just thrown away without any purpose. Like what did
Laser
they do?
sword.
One laser sword, I swear.
Oh, you mad?
Yeah, so I'll give
Salt.
it. Yeah, I'll give it 6.
Okay.
6.87 laser swords out of blasters.
Gotcha.
I would have just gave it a flat 6.
Oh, another 6. Interesting.
I'll just give it a flat 6. The only thing they're missing is just the Night of Ren. I really want them to explore that.
Well, I'm sure they will.
I
or in
want
maybe
that.
some sort of
I want that to
novel or
happen.
something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, just in general, it's sad that Luke went.
Yeah.
I would have liked to
that's
see
a-
sad.
one more movie with him.
I
but-
needed
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
I needed him to be the opening gift to the next movie, and that's all I need.
Yeah, yeah.
Because when we were watching the movie and you saw him pointing out the lightsaber at him, and I was doing the hand gesture, and I just did that, and automatically I look up, he did the same shit, and I was like,
I bet he's gonna like. And you were like, oh.
oh,
Like, I was joking. I didn't want this to really happen.
okay.
That hurt me, Luke.
No, I laughed a lot harder than I should.
Yeah, I think everyone did. Well,
Like,
most people did.
It was
I
like
did.
perfect.
'Cause I definitely
But
laughed
you know,
at
in
I
general,
kind of.
in general,
Yeah, that's what I'm
in general, he made the movie for me, and
of course,
and,
he's like, yeah, definitely.
and just there's still little holes in the plots that I think they're gonna fill in the
And
next
every
movie.
movie, there's holes in the plot.
Yeah,
Trust
there's-
me. So
Oh.
The holes were just a little bit more
Mm-hmm.
intolerable.
large.
the buff.
I want to say, so I've only watched it once because I left feeling pretty okay about it. I was, it, like I said, side stories were more interesting. I knew I was gonna like Kylo Ren because I did. I don't care. He's so salty. To me, he was my favorite just to see up there because he was such a contrast to everyone else. Like
Yeah.
he was so childish, and he had his little sponge guard stance when he held his laser
I'm
sword.
so upset. Like, I hate
Yo,
him. God.
he was just
Oh
like
my god.
he threw off his little. He was so dramatic, and I think
Yeah.
I was just waiting for him to do something. Now the Luke Ray, cool. Finn was and Rose, meh. You know, it was just like it was that in that order. You know what I mean? I was more interested in Kylo Ren because he was most interesting to look at because you loved his temper tantrums and all that. So
Can I just chime in? His
Yeah.
stance, we're gonna call it, since he's trying to be anti-Skywalker, that's his ground flyer stance.
just like this, like this caveman thing. he was
Ground
doing.
flyer.
This caveman stance he had. So he really looked like he like plays in the emo band. It was amazing. So
Oh my god.
I want to give it an 8 because I saw it once. It might get lower if I watch it again. That's my thing. Like it might get a 7
might.
or 6.5. I watch it again, I'm
Yeah.
gonna start getting mad at certain parts. I'm gonna start being like, because Rey staring into that darkness and then poop, nothing. You know what I mean? Not really anything. Then Rey's whole backstory getting tossed in the trash, and
Allegedly.
then Snoke getting tossed in the trash, and then all these characters you be able to be gone. But all right, it was enjoyable as a film, but maybe as a Star Wars film, it cut short. So I'm really torn between being like a film goer and then like a casual Star Wars fan who's looking for answers to certain questions. But as a film, it was solid. It was entertaining. It gave what it wanted. But for a Star Wars sequel, it was a problem. There were just problems that they didn't want to solve. They just want to get rid of everything that happened, like you said.
Yeah.
So that's why it might get lower if I watch it again.
Her Star Wars fan side
Yeah,
is saying this is garbage.
We just found out that Rey is actually fat.
A what
A
now?
fat?
Oh, a fat.
Imagine.
Oh my god.
Oh my
Nuts.
Eight sounds better.
No, a 0.8.
0.8. Why are you mad though?
That's what he does best.
Yeah,
Alright.
he never has an explanation.
Salt King.
He
Ba-
just
bathed
says it
in the
and
salt.
because he says it, that's how it is. But anyway,
Right.
I went in, I gave it a 7, but when I saw it again, I gave it an 8.
Oh.
Actually,
Oh,
no, right, because of all. Yeah, I was extremely salty with the whole Snoke.
Yeah.
I was extremely salty with the whole backstory of Rey. It was salty about a lot of things, but when I was like, why did
It's
they
a
do
passing
that?
the torch movie kind of.
Right, when I was like, oh, why did they do that? They gave me something to remedy the little why. You know, they were threw away Snoke. Damn it. They warp speed into a
Fleet.
into a fleet. It was like, oh wow, right?
Yeah, they'll do things to be
Right.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's
You're
like,
back on
and there's like, oh, that's her backstory. Why? And then you gave me a
Yeah.
nice 2-fighter scene with
Kylo
Kylo Ren
Ren.
and him, and then you gave me a Luke fight scene. Like, it's just so much more than I can ask for.
Yo.
This movie gave me disappointment to. Oh,
Yeah, it would pick you
wow.
up again.
Yeah, and then I think it knew that. It knew that, and Star Wars is all about wowness for me. It's wowness. It's how well can you give me what I want. I go into a Transformers movie, I want robots and explosions. I go to Fast and Furious, I want cars and explosions. I go into Star Wars and I want space,
Pew, pew, pew,
warp
pew.
speed, and guess what? I got
Everybody
that.
going down.
Yeah.
Right, I got that.
At the end of the day, you got it.
And,
just not the way maybe you
I'm sorry, I
wanted it.
paid $12 for this. No, $10 for this. And it's a meaty movie for what I paid $10 for.
Yeah.
Word.
Ridiculousness. Maybe it's not as good as Force Awakens, but
Yeah.
let me tell you,
Right.
the stuff that I see visually speaking was better than Force Awakens in my opinion.
So, okay.
The stories in that, you know, but you gave me Luke.
Yeah.
You gave me Leia and her powers. Leia and her powers, you gave me Luke, you gave me warp speed into another
That
boom
screenshot,
explosion.
they hit us with a
Right.
Vegeta
Right.
3 shot.
Right,
Yo,
you gave me that.
bro.
You gave me Luke in his full potential. Well, I mean, a glimpse of his
Semi.
power
That
You
we've
gave
never
me-
seen
we've never
before.
You gave me so much stuff that I've been waiting for. I would say waiting for 40 years, but I was never born. But since I saw the movie, original one, it's something that I've always wanted to see, and it gave it to me. It gave it to me. Again, it was, oh, you screwed these 2 plot points up. Where do we go from here? But then they're like, well, here's some possibility. Now we have Kylo Ren doing his own thing.
Yeah.
What can he do now?
Possibility.
Maybe the Knights of
See
Ren
what
comes
I mean?
in back
Kylo
around,
Ren holding
you know?
it
If-
down.
if
This
he-
movie gave you, oh, you think we're gonna go this way? No. Let's go this way.
I-
We're not Justice League. We're not BVS.
Exactly.
We're not
Just
giving you what you think we're gonna do. It's
Exactly.
like flip it. We're flipping it completely.
You know what
Right?
it reminded me of? That opening scene from Rick and Morty when Rick busts through the door and grabs Morty by his leg and just grabs him out of his bed. That's what this movie felt like.
Yeah, and
Come on, Morty, we're going on an adventure. Okay,
I've never had a movie that gave me so much disappointment, but also gave me so many wow movies. I was like, you know what?
True.
Yeah.
And it was
equal, like
right,
right down there.
right, and it was like, I should feel more upset about this. I should feel I should feel more upset about this movie for the stuff that, because the reason why I went into this movie, all the reasons why I went back into this movie was all the things that they just trashed and put it into the garbage can.
Yo,
But I was still there. I'm like, yo, what are they doing? I was still in the edge of my seat. I'm like, they just did that. Oh, they're gonna do this. I'm a little kid again. This is
Yeah.
great, and this is why.
that's why it's.
Right.
Some people don't like that. That's the problem.
And a movie that can do that for me, it's one thing to disappointment. Oh, it sucks now, and they don't pick it up. Whereas this movie was like, boom, I get up, dust yourself off. You know, no pun intended. Now this is what we really have.
Pun intended.
This is what we really have.
Yeah.
And you're like,
Dust that,
oh,
dust that salt off your shoulder. Pun intended.
no, for real. No,
Because literally, that's what it was.
No, it was salt.
Oh my god! It was literal salt on that
literally
planet.
salt
It was
on
because it
that
was that red like
on the,
stuff.
on the bottom right. And it's
Yeah.
like, okay, so
Good night.
right, this movie.
Salty
Salt
planet.
This movie gave me all the necessary little kid thing. It gave me all the wet dreams, if you will. So
Oh my god.
yeah,
Yo, I can't imagine.
Yo, this movie's full of memes now.
It
Now that I think
is.
about it.
It's a whole Star Wars GIF and meme
God.
in one movie. Like, this is the crazy part. Like, I've enjoyed this movie.
Oh man, I'm about to start using whatever the name of that planet is. I gotta figure it out now.
Salty
You
Pastoon.
salty like such
I
and
don't
such.
think they gave a.
It had a name.
Salty Pastoon.
The salty spittoon.
I'm
done. I'm done.
I'm telling you, man.
I think my lasting words on this is that if they would have did everything we wanted, right? If we given the classic Star Wars everything they wanted to see, they would have complained anyway. Oh, look at you trying to be like episode 4. Oh, look at you trying to be like episode whatever. So they say, you know
Too
what?
predictable.
Too predictable. See, you copied exactly what happened here. You didn't do anything original. So when you do something original, you get shit on anyway. So just do what you want.
I still don't think it's as bad as people. As
Yeah,
petition.
people
Why?
are-
It's not a big.
They're overreacting.
I'm sorry. I will see this movie
really,
3
man.
times over. For me,
Yeah.
it's that great for me.
I can't wait
It's
to
just great. for
I'll
me.
say this much: I'm a type of person that will buy a movie on a DVD if I really like it. And
Yeah.
she's bear witness that.
Yeah, I
will-
still like Force Awakens better.
I have Force Awakening. Like as soon as I finish watching, I'm like, oh, let me go on Amazon. Boop, pre-order now.
The reason why I wouldn't see Force Awakens over and over is because again, it's like
It's just nostalgia.
It's episode 4 again.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just
it's
pure.
episode
literally
it's
the first
mirroring
hour
some
is-
scenes.
Right,
Don't get me
right.
wrong.
This one has some mirror scenes,
No.
but I think the director was like, no, we're not doing a rehash.
We're not doing that because
And
we're gonna
paint-
get trashed
and
anyway.
painting it in a different color.
Yeah.
We'll give you the direction, and then we'll make a detour. Screw yourself up, but we're gonna do
Yeah.
what you like. This is why I give it an 8.5.
Oh, okay.
I enjoyed it. I loved it.
Interesting.
And I saw it twice. I would see it a third time again. It is
And if you
that
just still
good.
like it the second time, that says a lot.
Yeah.
'Cause usually
I like
you
the better.
start
I like the
seeing
better
stuff, you're
because
like,
the first
"Ugh."
time I was like, why would they do that? And then the second time I was like, oh, maybe that's the reason why. Okay, that's cool. You know,
It's like I wouldn't watch Justice League again.
Right.
I'd watch certain scenes.
Right.
But I'm not watching the whole ass movie. I'm just not
BVS.
doing
I'm just gonna skip to the last part. Like,
I'm sorry, I would never watch BVS again. Actually, I will only watch very certain scenes.
Yeah.
I just
The
see
car
last.
insurance, the Get Big Batman.
This is stuff that we made
Just-
memes. This is stuff.
I
that
could
we
watch
made
the
memes.
Get Big
Pretty much all-
montage over and over and over again.
I can watch that a lot.
Oh my
It's
god.
just
Big, jump back.
he has a big sledgehammer and stuff.
I mean, you guys make a big
Flipping
deal.
up tires.
You guys make a big deal, but that's an actual workout. Come on.
It
people,
is.
I
relax.
know. That's why I love it.
Yo,
Cool. It is. Like.
it is.
Actual
But he
workout.
was
Yeah,
just
that's
so
how salty
extra.
he was. He was like that planet. He was
Yeah.
that planet.
He was that whole ass salt planet in Star Wars, yo.
He was. He fucked up my car.
Because Aquaman did the same thing in Justice League. What did he do? The
Yeah,
next
he
scene,
got salty.
throwing things around in the
He
Batcave.
was so
His pride was so hurt. Oh,
sea salt for real.
Yo. Alfred, don't come
Straight
to
out
the
the ocean.
cave.
Salt.
All right.
Alfred, don't come to the cave. I'm getting big.
get big.
All right.
I feel like
guys.
he would play some nice like techno music in the background or something like that. Like he would just be like as he like has like the sledgehammer coming down to the beat and everything,
I'll make a
like that
edit
really
of
tacky gym music.
I would
Like
make an edit of that. I would. That'd be so great.
Hard
will
or
make it-
fast
And
or
every time the
bullshit,
tire,
fast
every
or-
time the sledgehammer connects to the tire, it says
It's-
high ground.
You were the chosen one.
No, every time he hits the tower, he's like,
Where is he?
Where is he?
Where is he? Boom.
you know.
Swear to me. Swear to
do
me.
you bleed?
My car.
All right.
Okay.
Fun and games. All right, guys. This is the end. Of
Oh my god.
This is the end of the show.
Seriously.
We had a lot of fun. I know we were going just crazy here at one point, but this is really good. Just fun. I enjoyed the movie.
And drinks and all.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
this
thing, too.
coquito is gone.
Yo.
Oh, I guess I got a little bit left.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Oh, so you're just gonna
Yeah, that's a thing. All right, guys.
cool. Oh,
Shout outs. I'm going down the line.
Oh, villain, my villain. Shout out to Villainy Games. They stream on YouTubes on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, sometimes Friday if Marv is up for it because he uses a lot of energy to do his show. But yeah, usually at 7, but he's been doing streams at 6. And they also have a Twitch channel, so that's where they're moving from YouTubes to Twitch. So
Yo.
you'll get a live
Which
stream
is
on
What am I
Twitch, and then
fighting
you'll get
for?
pre-recordings on YouTube. So that's Villainies.
You got shout outs?
Oh, shout out to Fortress Solitude, located at 53 University Avenue.
in Newark, New Jersey?
Yeah, you know. that's
Oh,
what's
the
up.
other you're gonna forget.
Yeah. And you know, shout out to most of the people who still like Star Wars and stuff like that. And
Yeah. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, of course. Obviously, shout out to Speaking Mind Radio that makes this platform possible.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I think looking back on my memories page, I see a lot of stuff. We did a Star Wars review last year when we did The Force Awakens, and it's just like, the growth so far.
We did.
Salty tears. Real salty tears.
So about all that Kylo Ren and stuff.
Yo.
I was on that dude.
Yeah, that was before
so
I
you
was
ready?
into it.
That was my man
So you
Toucan
ready to-
Sam, yo, with the woof.
So you ready?
With
to
a snout.
Ready to see
All
me
right.
with a mask?
All right. Let's see. Just shout out to Joker's Child.
Bam.
Oh, great.
Definitely Joker's Child. Even Midtown Comics.
Zap
to our
Comics.
podcast. If you like wrestling, I believe they're still every
Wednesday.
Wednesday, right?
That's when they were
Hasn't
Thursday.
changed,
They
right?
moved to Wednesday. Yeah.
Okay, that changed. All right,
And then
cool.
there's Sundays. I don't know if Duke still does it. Follow Duke on
plays it
Instagram
2K?
though, because he's a wrestler now.
Yeah, he
but
is. He is.
Yes, dead
Yes.
ass Duke.
Deadass Duke.
Yo,
That's a
Facts,
great,
B. Yo,
that's a
he's
great
the-
Yo,
handle.
he's gonna be the
guys.
next DJ Khaled
wrestler.
of,
DJ Khaled.
of Kevin Owens though too. Like he's the
Oh
next
my
Kevin Owens. I can
God.
see it.
God, yeah.
He's gonna be great.
Yo, for
Follow
real.
my boy. He gonna like to smack it down.
Also, a real shit talker, talking that real shit.
Mhm.
That's
Always.
what they do.
Every Sunday, right?
Cracking their jokes. Yeah, Sunday like 11 or something like that.
Yeah, they're early.
Yeah, they're early. Oof.
All right, that's
Word.
right.
They some
That's
morning.
too early to talk shit, but
Yo.
they do it.
Hey, breaking the early
They
morning.
do it. All right, guys, this is the show. This is Christmas. This is on Christmas Eve.
Christmas.
Please stay safe, and if
Yes.
you're gonna drink, please don't drive.
Stay home.
If you're gonna get wasted, please do so, and either walk it off or just stay in the place that you're getting wasted at.
Yeah. Don't walk it off.
Yes, have fun, enjoy yourselves. I know us Hispanics, we like to, we like to hold
like our
Christmas
coquito.
Eve. We like to
Yo,
hold Christmas
ain't
Eve.
no Christmas Day. It's Christmas Eve.
That's what
It
I'm
gets
saying,
lit.
right? And then we recuperate Christmas Day, where everyone else, normal people, like to celebrate Christmas Day.
Now
we're
We
too
Hispanics,
hungover.
we don't do that. We celebrate tonight into Christmas Day.
Yep.
And that's what we do. So if you guys like us, then have fun, enjoy yourselves, and yeah, Merry Christmas, guys. So from us to you guys, Merry Christmas, and this is our show. Peace out, guys.